Well, welcome everybody to my Thursday call. I'm happy that you're here. Earlier in the week, we had Stacey on Wendy's call talking about all things Google. And as we know, there's so much to learn about Google. She was so kind enough to hop on today's call and continue her talk about Google. So, Stacey, I will let you take it over since we only are like a 30-minute call. We're not as long as Wendy's, but I know you can get some good, juicy stuff in there for us.
Yes. Is there anything, let me ask this, was everybody on this call on Wendy's call?
Most of them, yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so here is the one thing that when I got off the call, I'm like, darn it, I should have mentioned this. So I am all about the tools and the tricks and all of the stuff to make my life easier. So, as I've mentioned to Wendy, she has a YouTube coach. I have a Google coach and an AI coach, right? And I have a tech guy who handles and manages all of my Google workspaces and so on and so forth. This right here, this chat is golden. So, believe it or not, it's one of the few, if not the only chat in any email that's encrypted. So whatever you put here stays in here and nobody else can see it. It's kind of like, you know, how WhatsApp is encrypted and you can
Yeah.
delete it and all of that stuff. The Google chat is the same way. What I'm trying to do is get people to begin to use it and things like that. So that right there is golden. If you're ever sending user ID and passwords and credentials and those sorts of things. I was told to do it through Google Chat because it's encrypted and nobody else can get it instead of just sending it through email. So that's a good tip. And I failed to mention that when I was
Yeah. I didn't
on.
even know Google had a chat.
Yeah, it does. And you know what? It's so funny. We look at all this stuff and we're like, oh my God, what is all this stuff? But we focus right here in email. But
Yeah.
Google has a whole thing. You have mail, Google Meet. I thought I mentioned it at least on the call.
Yeah.
I use Zoom because that's what everybody used. Google came out with Google Meets around COVID when Zoom was blowing up and all of that. And at first, Google Meet, it was kind of choppy, it wasn't real clear, and all of those things. So I have kind of transitioned to Google Meets, unless it's going to be a bunch of people and it's hard to manipulate and all of those things. I did not pay for Zoom. I have the 40-minute Zoom account now. I will probably, once my office is open, I'll probably go ahead and pay for it just to make it a little bit easier on the end user. But most of the meetings I schedule now are through um, Google Meet. And when I tell you it has gotten so much better over the last few years, it has gotten so much better and it's already embedded in your calendar. So if you click create and click an event, it's already here. So you just add the Google Meet right here and they just click on that blue button. It's a little more detailed. You can do a picture in picture. It has a few more video features than Zoom does, but it's like everything else. Zoom took off it in COVID, so Zoom is like the gold standard, but really
Mhm.
Google Meet is coming up a strong second. And in my world, is coming up a strong number one because it's free. It's part of my workspace. So
Right.
that's one thing. Um, Carrie mentioned that she wanted a little bit more information about your Google profile. This piece right here to me is golden. It's free advertising. So 2023 was a fog for me. I spent the entire year just like walking through a fog. I did close deals, and the deals that I closed were past clients and agent referrals and referrals from people that I knew. But I walked into 2024 thinking, what can I do? One, my existing database, and two, one that will, help my SEO, help my presence. Of course, I'm on all of the things. I have a Zillow profile, I have a Realtor.com profile, I have all of those profiles, but they are encompassed in something else, right? So somebody was saying, why don't we just use and this was before I got the Google coach, was like, let's beef up our Google My Business pages, right? And now they're called Google Business Profiles. So I sat down and I am like a pit bull, if you will. When I get a hold of something, I'm gonna pull the layers back until I find what I'm looking for, until I find some information or somebody else out there who's doing it as well. So I focused on my Google business profile. And what a lot of people don't know is the Google business profile is housed in maps. That's why your location is key. When I created my page 6 or 7 years ago, they didn't require this video thing that they're doing now. Now they're requiring that you have signage and you send them a video, and it may take, days or whatever to get approved and all of that. But I'm going to show you my profile. I'm still working on it. As a matter of fact, I changed some things last night because, in my mind, it has to be perfect if that's ever a thing. So obviously, Tulsa Metro is where I'm at. So that is my photo, my cover photo, and then my picture is my profile photo. And then photos are a big deal in Google, right? Photos help you rank. So, as many photos as you can get out here, get them out there. The videos, I do 30-second videos, and people ask, are they, what editing tool do you use and all of that. My daughter fusses at me because I'm usually behind some sunglasses, but I will say this. My sunglasses are prescription, so I can see out of them. And I am usually doing it on the fly. I'm in front of a house doing inspections. I'm in front of a house getting ready to show a property or whatever the case may be. So I think as realtors, what we do is we put so much thought into editing, and it has to be perfect, and it has to be this, and it doesn't have to be any of that. What it has to be is out there. So this particular video I did, and I was in the middle of, I was standing in front of a house.
Days. It is inspection
It is
Tuesday, and I am
inspection.
out doing inspections today. I have a busy afternoon. So buyers, let's talk. I need you guys to be prepared to pay your closing costs, be pre-approved or have proof of funds if you're paying cash, be flexible on closing dates, and be excited. My buyer is so excited. It makes me feel so good when somebody is excited to get into their new home and a home that I helped them find. So if you need to buy, sell, invest, or even build, give me a call, 832-504-5297.
So I showed that video to show it was 35 seconds. I talked about where I was. I talked about what I was doing. I gave some buyer tips, and I always, at the end of a video, do a call to action. Now, my not as fancy as Wendy's at this point, but I'm getting there, right? So I just upload. I recorded it on my phone. I have an iPhone, recorded it, uploaded it, and boom, it's out there. And these types of things are important, and they help you rank. I put pictures of houses. This is downtown in my suburb. I had my photographer do some stock photos for my website. So I've uploaded some of those. I was sitting in a class, and I took, it was a broker in charge class. I put the Google thing up there, took the photo, posted it. Photos help you rank. Now, I don't know the science behind why they help you rank, but they do. And if it's not approved, it's for a reason that Google will not tell you. It just won't show up on your profile. And I've often found that if I uploaded something and it doesn't upload, or it doesn't, Google won't accept it. If I wait a couple of hours and try it again, sometimes it will go. But don't push them, because you don't want to make them mad and you don't want them to suspend your account, right? So I sat on a panel in November of 2022 for Follow Up Boss. So I put pictures out there of me being on that panel, just different things. I think people want to see that we're not only doing real estate, they want to see that we are human first and foremost, right? So my Google business profile is like my online business card. So that's kind of what I tell people, is make it, put stuff out there. This product section, which I am still working on, all of these houses I have sold. These are my sold properties. So when someone clicks in there, they click into this and they click visit site, that goes to my Google scheduler because I want to talk to those people. I want to talk to people who are looking at property that I've sold already because that's an indicator to me that they potentially want to sell as well. So build that part out, build out, these right here are home seller services, downsizing. All these 3 houses I've sold, right? This house is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house. And on Wendy's VIP Tech Tuesday call, somebody said, Stacey, the photo that you're using is terrible on your ad. Well, I went back out, put this one out, on the ad. So I uploaded it on my Google My Business page. I've sold this house and I sold this house. Investment services, I've sold some investment properties, but they're not great to put, they're not great to put out there. So, build these things out and use it as a way to drive more business, right?
Where would they go to build that? So if they're starting from scratch, where would they go?
So if you're on your Google, if you are the admin of your Google business profile, it should come up like this, right? Right here is where you add all of that. So you go in, you can edit your profile here. So your about section, your contact, your location, your hours, and more. More is from the business, is it African American owned? Is it LGBTQ friendly? All of those different things. You can add those things there. As far as your products, go into your profile and just click edit products and open it up. I don't know why it's not opening it. Oh, there it goes. And you just add them in, and you'll add a category. So you click add product, the product name. If it's a sold product, I usually put sold. I put the address, right? And I put a full address, 123 North Main Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74110, whatever the zip is, the category. You can create a new one. I've created them. This would be under sold homes. I don't put a price. I just put a product description of the number of bedrooms, the number of baths, and the square footage. And then I put verbiage down here like, click the link below to schedule time with me. And then I put my Google scheduling link there. And I put the house that I sold for the address, especially if I'm the listing agent. I haven't really done a whole bunch of the buy side yet because, listing agents get a little weirded out about you advertising their property, but I sold the property. So as I'm building mine out, I started with my listings. And I still have tons more to add in, but this is like free advertising. This shows that you're busy. It shows that you're doing the thing. I have to change these too. My daughter was like, Mom, it looks like all the same thing, right? Because that's another thing. If you don't know what it looks like, send it to somebody that you know, love, and trust, and who knows you well enough to be able to give you the constructive feedback. So I sent it to my daughter and 2 or 3 other people, one being my Google coach. And he was like, yeah, it looks good, but it looks like all the same house. Ironically enough, I sold this house too. So I'm just very diligent about doing it. And it's part of my post-closing routine now that I've gotten into, beefing up my Google profile. So any questions so far?
I do. I'm just curious, do you ever post like the videos that we do for, Krista Mayshore or any open houses? Is that a good idea to post any of that?
I don't post videos unless they are of me because I don't want people all in their feelings about, copyright and things like that. So the videos that I post on my Google business page are all of Stacey talking. That way I don't have to hear anybody's mouth about, copyright, trademarks, all of that stuff. So I would caution you to be careful with that unless you get permission. And what was your other question? I'm sorry.
Oh, like if you're hosting an open house, it would be an event. Is that something that you would post on there as well?
I absolutely do. And I'll show you how to do that. And I'll probably even have one out there. So you go in and so when you first go to your page, it will look like this. So click this little button and then click add update. and then an event would be right here. And I say open house. I put the date, the time, the end time. And I've been told that Google will delete it after the end time is over, but I've not seen that happen. So, and of course, the button down here is call now, and it will call my cell if somebody is looking for it. I think I have one out here that I can actually show you. They're down here. So let's see. Client testimonials, I try to put those out there. I'm a broker, so I try to put information on why someone would pick my brokerage and things like that. So here's an open house one right here. So they click into it, I think. Why is it not letting me? Let's just edit it so we can see what it looks like. Okay, so I'm very consistent because let me tell you, I was Canva challenged until about 3 or 4 months ago. My brain just did not work in Canva mode. So once I find good templates or templates that I like, I use them over and over again. So this particular house, I was the listing agent on. I did open house, the date, the time, the end time, fully renovated. I didn't put a call to action button there because I was slacking that day, but I would definitely put a call now or a sign up or a learn more or something and direct it to something else, right? So yes, to answer your question, I do. Yes, Wendy.
Hey.
Hey, friend.
So, about Blanca's question, when she says Krista Mayshore videos, that's videos that she did for the Krista Mayshore program, buyer tips, seller tips, stuff like that. So I do post those in there. Blanca, you're just gonna do just like she said, add update. Can you go back? Can you go back to add update?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought she was talking about
right, and they're a couple minutes long, so they're not going to work for your video. So you could do a picture, your thumbnail. You could put that. Go back up to update. You could put a picture right there, and then you could do a link to your video. Like if you have it on YouTube, you can link it. So
you put, like learn more, and you can put your link down here.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's how I do like anything that's longer than the 60 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. I misunderstood. I thought they were videos of Krista Mayshore.
No, it's videos she's doing in the program. So
got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome.
Sorry. Yes. Is that Stacey too? Hi, Stacey.
Great
How's it
name.
So I have a question for you. I create a bunch of stuff on TikTok, super easy. You can spin some music, you know what I mean, stick some words out there, and short format. I prefer under 30 seconds. However, when I try to add those as a photo or a video in my Google My Business profile, it cuts the music and the audio. I wonder why.
It's copyrighted. It's probably copyrighted, the music.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's an issue. And from what I understand, or how I've been taught, is that you don't use your Google business profile like you use social media. It's completely different. It's more of a, online resume, whereas your social media, as I've been taught, is to educate and to entertain. Go ahead.
Do you think Google buries us if we do that? If we stick some of our videos out there, do you think they kind of lower us on the search?
I really think they lower it, but they won't post it. I mean, you've experienced that already, right? And here's what's so killing. Google is way smarter than I ever thought it could be, if you will. But it knows where where the content lies, because it's Google, right? So when that's why I do videos in front of houses and on my phone for 30 seconds. Now I may take that same video and dress it up and put it on social media, the music or whatever, and the icons and the emojis and all of that. But for Google, I just post that 30-second video from my phone with no music and me talking, typically. Any other questions?
I have another one. I don't know if you've already went through like any SEO to kind of help us get to the top as far as our when somebody reaches out and wants like a real estate agent in your area. Is there anything that you can maybe give us as far as?
I think it takes first and foremost time, right, for you to get there. I think what I've had to come to the conclusion of is I will never outrank Zillow, Realtor.com, and all of those other people. But I will say in your profile, when you go in and edit your profile here, if you fill out your location, service areas, and the more you fill out, the better SEO I've been told that you will get, right? Because you have. Okay, I'm on the phone. Grandbaby has woke up. Sorry. Okay. Okay. She's telling me where she's going. So these types of things will help you rank. But there is no magic sauce that I found that helps your SEO, right? It's just a matter of being out there. And the more video, the more photos, the more that you post. I only have 31 reviews or 32 reviews, but if I have more information out on my page than someone who has 200 reviews, I will probably rank higher than them, you know? So there are keywords, there are services, there are lots of things that will help you rank, but there's really no magic sauce. Like my services category, I have them all built out, right? Like buying agent services and things like that. Just put info in your profile and keep building your profile. Wendy, would you tend to agree? Jamie, I'll get you in a second. Wendy, do you have anything else to add? The SEO piece is kind of tough because there's no magic sauce to it, I don't believe. People will tell you that it is, but it's keywords and all of that stuff. But Google handles all that. And just like Facebook and Instagram, the algorithm changes. What is good today may not be good tomorrow.
Right. And just staying regular with asking for reviews and posting regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be the best way to get the organic traffic and get your stuff out there, is just to be consistent.
And as much as you can, a complete profile.
Yes, definitely.
This will show you now. This has been flashing for 2 or 3 days. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's gonna combust.
You're gonna win something.
I know, or what? But this will tell you a lot. Calls and messages. Well, messages in chat, I've been told, are going away. Bookings, no one really books from your profile. Your directions is to your location. Website clicks, I've had some traffic because people go out there and they see. Now, this is for over 6 months. The funny thing is I've been focused really for the last 6 months of trying to learn and putting things out there and being more consistent. I even have in my action plan once it flips to close, I send out an email to my clients every 7 days after closing for 45 days to request a Google review. Jamie?
Oh, hang on one second here. So I just recently paid somebody to optimize our Google My Business profile. And so, everything that you said definitely helps. One of the things, that I was told, so 100 photos, it doesn't really matter what the photos are of, but it needs to be at least 100. And then the regular posting is very important. But then another thing that they were big on was online citations in all the various online directories. I don't know if anybody has heard about that or if they've got some sort of tool that they use. This particular service that I used, part of their ongoing service and profile or subscription that they try to get you to sign up for, is continuing to update those online citations. Does anybody have any information on that?
I actually have some information on that. So I was going to do the same thing until I figured out I can do it myself, first off.
Okay.
Secondly, once you create your profiles, yes, you need to be in Bing places. Yes, you need to be in Apple Maps. Yes, you need to be in several other places. But I didn't find the value in paying someone to do it when I can do it myself. Now, granted, because the service I looked at was not necessarily really expensive, but I'm like, is this, $100 a month, $1,200 a year?
Right.
Can I do this?
It's about 100. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I do this myself? I think the big thing is Google will push out to a lot of those sites anyway. My next thing after I get Google kind of optimized, because I'm doing an optimization, like I said, myself. Once I get it optimized, then I'm going out to Bing places. You can connect those two.
Yes.
You can go out. My next thing, I've actually started Bing, but after that, I'm going to go out to Apple Maps. I've had my Apple Maps changed because it had my old brokerage address. So I've had them just through the map, app and say, hey, change this, this, and this. And they've done it, but I'm actually going to go out and set up an account and do that sort of thing. So there's ways to optimize it yourself without spending the money. And that was my first thought is, oh, I'm gonna just pay somebody to do this. But when I realized what they were doing, I found a coach to help me do it. And he gave me an option. You can do it yourself or you can pay me to do it. He says, but you're tech savvy enough to where you can do it yourself. So that's the route I went.
Great.
And all of those business citations and all of that stuff, like Yelp, I don't like Yelp. You know why? Because Yelp owns the reviews. So if you get a good, bad, or a different review and you want to fight Yelp to take it off, they will not. I learned the hard way, right? Not that I have a bad review, but I stopped before I could get a review, right? So I'm very particular about my online reputation, and I'm very particular about who I give the ability to create my online reputation. Because if you walk away from them or cancel your contract or you're done, I don't want my stuff impacted. So I said, you know what, Stacey, you control this. And once I hire an admin, it's going to be on her duties to make sure that she does all of these things. That's my philosophy, Jamie. I'm not saying it was right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just telling you my approach. Carrie?
So quick question, with my profile strength, I have one more step to do because they just added it not too long ago with the workspace or the Squarespace to add that email to it. Now, if I purchase and add that email to it, my existing stuff, will that still be intact and everything okay? Because everything is just connected to my regular Gmail.
The cool thing about it now is they make it very easy to change the ownership of your Google Business profile, because it used to be pretty hard. Now all you have to do is go into the admin console and just add it in there. So it shouldn't be hard.
Okay.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah, because I was like, I don't want to add that in there and then it like starts me over. So I was like,
it won't start you over now. It won't start you over, but what it will be is attached to that original email until you go into the admin portal and reassign it to your new email address.
Okay, perfect.
Blanca, wait just a minute, baby.
Hi, one more question. So do you think like blogging and posting a lot of blogs up there, does that help? Because I'm really wanting to bring up my SEO and just kind of brainstorming as to what are good ideas.
I've been told to post once a week. Don't treat your Google business profile again like social media or your website. Post once a week is enough. And that's because I kind of started doing the same thing. I was posting regularly. Like if I posted on Facebook or Instagram, I would go out and post on Google. And I've been told that you don't need to do all of that in Google, right? It's going to be the completeness of your profile, and it's going to be time. You got to have a good website to drive people to. Those types of things is what's going to help your SEO and ranking. Because that's how I started Blanca. I'm like, oh, I got to get my SEO up. And I talked to an SEO guy and he's like, Stacey, it's smoke and mirrors. They will sell realtors anything. He said, just do these things. And I promise you, over time, you will begin to rank. It's going to be keywords. It's going to be asking about, like I get a lot of things, African-American realtor in Tulsa. I pop up. Why? Because I'm African-American, obviously. And then that information is out there on Google. So it's just time. There is no magic sauce. And I think that's what we as realtors want. We want instant gratification and we want magic sauce. There is none. It just takes time. Any other questions? Did I answer all the questions? Wendy, do you have anything else to add?
No, I do like a lot of Google reviews of reviewing other businesses.
Oh,
So-
yes, that's good too.
So I actually changed my Google name, like my regular personal Google name, to Wendy Gossier Real Estate Boss. So when I post reviews about other company, or not other companies, more food, it's more food related, or really cool places I go to, I always make sure that I do that, and you become like this trip advisor, right? And there you go. Wendy Gossier Real Estate Boss is like getting, it sends you an email that I have, over 1 million views on my reviews. So it's not necessarily my Google My Business. It is just me and my business on Google. So anyway, that's a little tip.
Google. Did you change your personal Google to read that?
Yeah, I changed my personal Google name to Wendy Gossier Real Estate Boss. So you could do Evangelia Ortiz, comma realtor. Like, and every review that you do for those other companies, which, we're always trying to support the small businesses, right? They appreciate it. And other people that, are going to go there appreciate it. And I feel like that's free. That's free brand right there.
Yeah, there was something where you take a picture or a video and you can put your like business card like in the corner of each picture. Yeah, that you upload for reviews for wherever you go.
Right, you can brand your pictures,
whatever.
you can brand your videos. I figured branding my name was going to be easy because I don't want to overcomplicate anything. Because if I overcomplicate it and I need an app to do it here and then to do it here, it's not going to get done. Yeah. But when I can literally take a picture of my food and do a little pano of the restaurant and post it right there and my brand's already there, then that's why I decided to do it that way.
Yeah, me too. And you know what else? This is the other thing that I will tell you, that when you are doing your profile, just do a little bit at a time, because you don't want Google to think you're a bot and shut you out of it. So last night I did some stuff. That's why this portion is half done, because I'm like, okay, you've done enough, wait another day or another few hours before you go in and do a lot. So just be careful when you post, not to post a whole bunch all at once, because you don't want Google to think, oh, somebody's gotten a hold to Stacey's account, let me shut it down. I'm kind of like Wendy. I don't necessarily, that's a good tip, Wendy. I don't necessarily go out and review every place that I eat, and I eat at a lot of places because I love good food. So I'm going to start doing that as well. But notice that my profile is my name, that I'm a broker realtor, and the broker of Salt Real Estate Tulsa. I will tell you this, realtor is supposed to be trademarked, and it's supposed to have the little R, the registration symbol. Google does not like that. That's why I took it out. So if you put realtor in capital letters, don't put the registration mark, because that's not Google-ese, if you will. They look at it as an unknown character, so to speak. So be very careful if you do that. Notice I have realtor, but I don't have the registration, but it is capitalized. So my reviews are coming up. That's another thing about reviews. Reply, 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 reply. reply to all your reviews. This gentleman did one for me 2 days ago, and I need to sit down and reply. It takes a long time to overcome a bad review. I have one bad review that was a 1 star. Here she is right here. This is when I was at Keller Williams. I was one of the only or the first people at that office to have a Google page. I don't even know this lady. I have never seen her. I looked her up. I ran through my database. I could not find her. February, she gave me this review in 21. I responded in 22 because I had no idea I should have responded. And it has taken me last couple of years. I was at 5 until she gave me that 1, right? So it's like your credit score. It takes it can drop really quick, but it takes you a little while to get it built back up. So, keep that in mind on your reviews as well. Reply. Even if it's a bad review, own it. Even if it's not your thing, even if you didn't do it, own it. All of those things just to make sure the integrity of your page. So reply to all reviews, make sure your name is clear, make sure what you do is clear. Wendy gave a great tip. I'm gonna start doing that in reviewing places that I go and eat at. Matter of fact, I had Mexican a couple of nights ago. I had, a steak last week, so I can review those 2 places as well. So that's a good way, again, to build up your SEO and your presence in the Google space.
I agree. Stacey, Lori asked about, do you know anything about getting Google certified?
You know what? Are you talking about the LSA where they have your name at the top?
Where you're screened?
Yeah, your screen.
Yeah.
I struggle with that because I don't know. It's part of what my coach is trying to talk me into doing, and I'm kind of like giving him pushback. But when it first came out, I think it was a great thing. But like anything else, it gets watered down if so many people are using it. So if you can get it done and get it and not spend a lot of money doing it, I'm on the phone. If you can get it done and get and not spend a lot of money, I say do it. But I don't think it's a must-have. I think your profile is a way better bet than LSA.
Got it.
Other thing that I found out yesterday, I read an article that, do you guys do any Google PPC ads?
I do.
Okay, so I read an article yesterday that said that Google will no longer accept debit and or credit cards to pay for your ads. Color me crazy, I don't know why not. They want ACH. So keep that in mind as well.
Fun.
I personally don't want Google playing in my bank account. Because they'll say, oh, we won't charge you until it gets to $500. And I'll look at my credit card statement or my debit card statement, and I have a $322.12 charge. So I don't want them in my bank account like that, right? So I'm holding off doing any more Google PPC ads to see if that kind of washes out. But I took the approach very early this year that I wasn't going to spend a lot of money in those kind of leads for right now. I'm not saying I won't start back, but right now I'm just trying to get my arms around the database that I already have. And Wendy is going to help me with that in street text, so, it's that sort of thing. But I think Google is a sleeping giant that we often miss as realtors, and we're not using it the way we can to get business and to get our presence and boost our SEO. It was one of the reasons that when I left Keller, I went ahead and changed I had a team at Keller, and I went ahead and I'm branding Stacey now instead of the team, because I want to be pushed up those SEO ranks, especially being a broker.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents. Any other questions? Any more philosophy? Wendy, you got anything else?
I just want to say thank you for the task thing yesterday, whatever day it was. Tuesday.
Okay, wait.
That was
I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this because the task thing, oh my God, I cannot hang out with Wendy because I'll wind up being broke
Yeah.
or checked out, but I actually geek out on a lot of this stuff. So we know that the task thing is housed in the calendar, right? So the other night I was like, I got all these tasks, right? So look what I created.
Tuesday.
So now on my calendar, when I go in, oh no, over here, when I go in next Tuesday has become my Tech Tuesday day. So I put all of my stuff and I will do all of my tech updates on Tuesday, and I just have it reoccurring. It starts next week. It goes every Tuesday until I turn them off. And as I go through my day, when I complete the review of like my agent fire or whatever I'm reviewing at that point, I will mark it complete and it will help me keep my arms around all of the stuff that I have that's tech related. So that task thing is killer. I love it because you can put it on your calendar.
Right. So yeah, it's a huge brain dump thing. So like if your brain is anything like mine, it needs to come out in order for things to happen. So like I had a project, I was like, okay, here's my project. This is every single thing I need to do for that project. So
and that's exactly what I do. I just,
yeah.
They're redoing my Agent Buyer website. So I've created a new one. And I love it because it's simple. I am so tired of complicated software, for the lack of a better term. I love it. It's intuitive, it's simple, and it is literally a brain dump. And that's kind of what I use it for. And it functions a lot like Trello, but I don't have to go out of a different app to do it. The only thing that it doesn't do that Trello does is it doesn't necessarily give you a checklist. In Trello, you can create a checklist inside of the board or inside of the list. You can't do that here. But as far as keeping up with everything, it is the easiest brain dump place ever. And you just put it on your calendar. I think it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, I know. Joanne's like, okay, you just need to make sure you can access it from your phone.
You can.
Because when I'm brain dumping, I'm not sitting by a computer. I'm literally on the go. And 50 million things are hitting my brain, like that I need to do, or that my good ideas. I call them just good ideas. So this is my little idea board.
Yep. It's one of those things. I'm always looking for things to make myself more organized and for those. But let me tell you what my 12-year-old granddaughter, and yes, the Google Task app is
right.
on.
Yeah, so there's a task app.
Yes. You click open and that joker opens. Okay, so as I am updating my Google page profile last night, she's sitting next to me helping me use Canva because I'm Canva challenged. And did you guys know that there is a Google search app?
Yes. I use it when I want an outfit that someone's wearing.
Gotcha. I had no idea. I had no idea. So my granddaughter was like, she was looking at my page when I made the updates. And I'm like, why does your Chrome look so much different than mine? That's said granddaughter. That's first granddaughter. I'm like, why does yours look so different than mine? She's like, oh, Gigi, I'm using Google search. And I'm like, well, I am too. I'm using Google Chrome. And she's like, no. So she turned me onto that app and I've been out there playing with it. It looks so much cleaner than Chrome. So I am all things Google.
Yeah, so you could use that and like I said, take a picture of someone's outfit and it boom tells you exactly where you could buy it. Or if you're in the house, or if you're in a house and it's staged super cute and it's got great staging stuff, you just take a picture and it'll tell you where to buy it.
Speaking of staging, Designer has been in my office all week, and I get to go see my office today.
Nice.
So I'm gonna probably take some pictures. I won't post any because we're gonna do a grand opening to the public. But I'll put some in our little VIP and at least show you guys what my office, the rest of the office isn't done yet, but I have been buying stuff for my office for the last 6 months. So my designer is like, okay, you can come and see it today. She's going out of town tomorrow. So you guys can come and you can come see it today. So I'm so excited.
That's
so
exciting. You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
have a nice
test that.
background.
And I bought a green screen, and I bought that big one, the one that's portable and it goes up and down. No, yeah, I'm very excited. But if you guys need any more, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I know all things Google, but it has become my little pet project that I'm digging into, trying to figure out how to utilize the tools to make my life easier. And I'm already paying for them in a workspace anyway.
Stacey, real quick, Eva wants to know if you could show what the apps look like when we download them to our phone.
The apps,
Sure,
oh,
what
the
the
text.
apps for Google, for the Google search.
Oh, the Google search app. It's just really like a G. Can you see it right there? That G right there?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it looks just like the Google.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the chat one looks like it says chat. Can you see it?
Yep. Oh, and it's a square.
It's a square. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Can you guys, you can see on my phone, I'm like literally all things Google. Matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a copy of my, see, this is the Mac girl in me. I'm going to take a copy of my.
It's funny she's all Google, but she has an iPhone.
Oh, no, girl. I got 2 iPhones. I got a MacBook. I got an iMac computer.
I know, but that's funny because there's a Google phone.
I know. It's so
I don't like
terrible.
it.
You don't like it?
No, I don't like the Google phones.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't even consider a Google phone.
No, they need to stick to the other stuff.
So I put a picture of kind of like what the icons look like. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you even worse. I'm kind of anal retentive. I use the folders because I don't want, like, I only want one screen. I don't want 5 and 6 and 12 screens. That drives me nuts. So all of the Chrome stuff is easily accessible, or all of the Google stuff is easily accessible and pulled out of a folder. But like my business and all of that, I put all that stuff in one folder because I don't want to go through 5 screens looking for what I'm looking for.
Right.
I'm almost hyper organized. It's really bad.
I like it.
Yeah. But no,
so since you're all things Google, since you're doing all that stuff for your Google, your business, are you tying that into your YouTube channel or anything?
Yes, I am tying it into a YouTube channel, and I struggle with the YouTube channel. Yes, to answer your question, but I haven't kicked it off completely because for me, it's like that ADHD brain. I'm really trying hard to focus on getting this optimized and then transition into the next couple of things before the YouTube channel. Now, when I started this, a year, 2 years ago, when we first had Google Google YouTube and all of that, they didn't allow shorts. Now that they allow shorts, it makes it a lot easier, right? Because those same videos that I video in front of a house, I will upload to my Google channel, my YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah, because I asked that because Wendy's the queen of repurposing, and I'm even if you're doing all those 30-second clips in the Google My Business, that would be something in your YouTube channel, which now helps you drive more traffic since YouTube being owned by Google plays very well together.
Yeah. Good. So Wendy, can you send me those like in a format that I can upload, or are you just keeping them for yourself, girl?
What are you talking about?
Those videos.
What videos?
That you sent on my page. Are they just attached to you?
I sent it to you.
Oh, okay. I
sent them to you through Messenger. So you just need to.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you.
We all
But-
know Wendy can't keep anything to herself.
I know.
No,
and
I
you know
share,
what?
I share.
And I love her for it. So let me tell you, I told her the other day I was going to fly to Vegas and spend a week with her. And when I left, now all my tech stuff should be set up. And she's like, just book a call. See, she just killed a
I
girl.
said you're gonna save a lot more money than a trip to Vegas.
No, I have family there, girl. I can
Oh,
I can
She'd
I was
be,
just
she'd be
thinking
moving
of
to
plane
Vegas.
fare,
She'd be
food,
moving to
gambling.
Vegas.
I'd be like, okay, I'm hanging my license in Vegas. The tech thing, I love it. I just think it's just asinine not to utilize tech in business these days.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. We can't be everywhere. And I came into the business before or after they were schlepping around books and all of that stuff. I couldn't even imagine that. That would, I just, that's just hard to fathom for me.
You mean the month-old listings that are already sold in the magazines?
Exactly.
Yeah, the real estate book, and the most popular person in the office was the person that could load the dot matrix printer.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I'm here, like I said, I will not claim to be all things Google, but I am kind of like, you know, Wendy, as far as when I find something that I think is useful, I want to share it with anybody and everybody who listens. All of my realtor friends in Tulsa, they're like, we've heard you. So you know what? I ain't telling them anymore. I'll tell y'all.
That's the best part about these. We have agents all over the country.
Yep,
Yep.
and I'll be ranking and they won't be. You know, so I will answer any questions. And like I said, when I find out new stuff, I'll bring it to the group. I don't mind sharing either. Trainer for many years, I was an operations person, subject matter expert. So I'm used to giving information and not being in my feelings about it, you know?
And did anybody try the scheduler since Tuesday? The Google scheduler?
No, I still love Calendly for all my different sections that I do. My agent.
I think you can do different sections. We looked at it. There's drop downs and you could do buyer, seller, agent, like, and have different.
Did you leave Calendly and switch over to Scheduler, Wendy?
First of all, I don't have Calendly. I have You Can Book Me.
Yeah, you
Or
have.
not You Can Book Me.
Did you leave them?
Yeah, You Can Book Me.
I don't know if you tried Google Assistant, Stacey, but that they have it's Google app. It's got everything combined in there, search, maps, I mean, all that as well.
Okay, I'll try that one too. Carrie, I will tell you that I did stop paying for Calendly. Now I may pay for Zoom again, but
Love
I
Zoom.
did stop paying for Calendly, and I use my Google my Google scheduler on everything, even everything that's in my Google profile, because it makes it kind of easier, right?
Yeah.
Isabel.
Yes, hi Stacy.
Hello.
Did you say that yes, hi Wendy. Did you say that when we use the Google Chat on the phone, that whatever conversation you have with the other person, is that encrypted as well? Or is it
Your Google. Okay. Yes, the Google Chat is encrypted. Whether you use it on the desktop, on the phone, it's kind of like WhatsApp. I don't know if you guys know that WhatsApp kind of like will disappear or whatever the case may be. They say Google, my coach has told me that Google is encrypted. And if I ever send, you know, credentials, login credentials or something like that to someone, send it to them via Google Chat and not Google email. Because obviously we know emails can be hacked. But they have
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have a pretty good encryption on Google Chat.
Okay. That's great to know. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Right.
Thank
Any
you,
other
guys.
questions?
Well, I hope I was able to share and you guys learned some things. Carrie, I'll come back anytime. Wendy knows. I think that's why we connected, because I like giving information and I like the aha moments, but everybody don't appreciate it.
I love them. Everything. I want to learn it all. I love it. I appreciate you so much for today.
Anytime. You guys have a great day. I'm going to go and handle the grandkids before my 12:30 with Logan. And then Wendy, after I talk to Logan, I'll get on your calendar and we'll go from there.
All right, sounds
Right,
good.
thanks, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.